Next to him, School Board Trustee Sheila Taylor, Wards 11 and 13. Mr. Ken Chi, Assistant Principal.
Those are nice.
On my left, grade 12 graduate Duncan Pardoe.
Yay!
Shelby Unger, class valedictorian. Mrs. Helen Colburn, Assistant Principal. And Ms. Ray Mashinsky, Assistant Principal. Duncan Pardoe is a young writer in the process of self-publishing his first anthology of written work. He's been involved in Central Speech and Debate Club this year, and recently Duncan won bronze medal at the Skills Canada competition in Edmonton for public speaking. Duncan enjoys fencing, is an active member of this year's student grad council, and will be attending the U of C in the fall. Please welcome Duncan to give our convocation speech.
Excuse me while I'm just adjusting. All right, I think that's about the right height. Welcome, friends, families, staff, honored guests, and of course, graduates, to the 2014 Central Memorial High School graduation ceremonies. Put bluntly, today is an important day. Today is the day where each of us graduates mature from academic youth to academic adulthood as we cross the stage, are handed our diploma, unfortunately not the exam and its answers, and cross over from grade school into the great beyond. The possibilities are endless, our freedoms unlimited, a notion that is both exciting but also a little unnerving. The vast expanse of your life's possibilities is a daunting thought, to say the least. But upon cruising through the black hole known as the Internet, I found a somewhat liberating quote written by Sir Winston Churchill. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Graduates, think back over your many years of grade school, the successes, the failures, the mundane day-to-day. Regardless of your rises and falls, you are here today. You are graduating and moving on. To exaggerate this moment, I could throw some exceedingly exact statistic at you, explaining how special all of us are, which we are, but I don't feel that a trivial congrats is the tone in which you should remember today and your many years leading up to this great milestone. Instead, I feel as if we should end this chapter of our lives with some variety of dramatic exits. An ending that doesn't summarize the past, but rather anticipates the future. A statement that you might find in the pages of a Dan Brown novel, or in the climactic moments of a TV show scene. The cliche that this is not the end, but only the beginning. No, I'm not going to be saying that to you. We have come far, but there is so much more that awaits us on the other side of the stage beyond the glittering collage of camera flashes. Be proud of all that you have done to bring you here today, your courage to continue. And remember that as you continue to chase your ambitions, to enjoy yourself and the company of others along the way. As comedian Ron Light explains, I believe that if life gives you lemons, you should make lemonade and try to find somebody whose life has given them vodka and have a party. It's not exactly a dramatic cliffhanger from a best-selling novel or screenplay, but it seems to be an enjoyable anticipation of the future all the same. I thought it fitting to leave you with a kind, ambitious metaphor or saying, but I was hesitant to say something like, "The world is your oyster," as such a saying is both overused and corny, but also inaccurate. Not every oyster will reward a pearl for those who work it open, and so I spent a good deal of time looking for an alternative mollusk metaphor, and later decided to extend it to all shellfish in general. This is what I came up with. Life is like a lobster. It can get pretty big and can look remarkably unsettling if you look at it too long with its swerving antennae, beady eyes, and twitching mandibles. It has pinching claws and scaling legs that, on severing them, only ever grow back and continue to torment you time and time again. It's hardy, resilient, and lives on the bottom of the ocean, making it difficult to be seized by the common individual. And life, like any sizable lobster, can be near impossible to toss into a vat of boiling water, as it fights against you with a remarkable amount of force. In short, life can be an ugly and uncooperative oceanic cockroach. But know this, it's good with butter. If you are willing to persevere and suffer the spastic thrashes and boiling splashes of misfortune as you try to carry out your ambitions, staying true to yourself and your intentions, you will succeed. You will harvest and enjoy the fruits of your labor, marine or otherwise, if you have the courage to continue. But if I may offer one last piece of advice, remember to wear a bib, as life has a tendency to leave a mark. And so, graduates, as we again direct our attention to the expanse of the stage before us, and we think back on all that has led us here, and all that remains hidden on the other side, remembering that you are the authors of your own fate, the future is full of possibilities. The unknown and the inevitable, great failures and successes. But so long as you have the will and strength to carry on, there is no telling what greatness you can achieve. So it is my honor to begin the Central Memorial 2014 graduation ceremonies. Congratulations to you, and let us begin, as we all have lobsters to boil. Thank you.
And I have to follow that. Fantastic. So what are you doing extra about this time? Could you write this one? Awesome. I do not have a bronze medal in public speaking, so bear with me, folks. Our next guest that brings greeting to us from the Calgary Board of Education is Trustee Sheila Taylor, as I mentioned earlier, Boards 11 and 13.
Thanks very much, Nancy and Duncan. That was a pretty tough act to follow, but I'll do my best. My name is Sheila Taylor. I'm trustee for Boards 11 and 13 in the Southwest here in Calgary, and I also serve the Board of Trustees as chair of the board. It's an honor to be here today with you. This is my fourth time attending Central Memorial's graduation ceremony. And I have to say, one of the highlights is always the performance by Central Memorial's choir under the skilled hand of Mrs. kindergartners. So I was hoping we could give another round of applause for their amazing performance. And I think we'll have more to come as well. So first, let me start by wishing all of you graduates a hearty congratulations on behalf of all of my colleagues with the Board of Trustees. It's a big day for you, and we're all very proud of you and what you have accomplished. You know, to your parents and loved ones in the crowd here, I think it probably seems like just yesterday that you were entering kindergarten with your backpacks on and your freshly sharpened pencils, because back then people still sharpened pencils. And it wasn't just yesterday. 13 years have quickly flown by. I think that your school years have probably felt like a bit of a long road, sometimes windy and other times bumpy. But you made it here because of your hard work and dedication. You know, I was thinking about the math of 13 years of school and crunching the numbers. I like to crunch numbers. So I think you went to school about 2,600 times. You sat for 13 school photos, memorized 6 locker combinations, exited safely for 40 fire drills, took about 300 tests, had 50 teachers in your 13 years, and you graduated one time today. So it's a special day. When I look back on my own education, it's always the teachers that I seem to remember when I think about what the highlights were, and their hard work and perseverance, whether it was inside the classroom or quite often outside the classroom, on the sports field, in the band room, on the drama stage, in the gymnasium, all of those times. And I hope as you look back in the coming years at the education you received at Central Memorial and for your other schools at the Calgary Board of Education, it is my sincere wish for you that you look back on those times fondly, and also that you feel the education you received put you on a road to success, no matter where that road leads, whether it is a career in any number of fields, or another path that you try to pursue. I hope that your education will serve you well for many years to come. I'd like to express my appreciation to all the staff members here today who helped make this day successful for you graduates, as well as your families, loved ones that are here today. It was a long road that you traveled to get here. And it wasn't a road that you traveled alone. You traveled with these folks, all these people that are here with me today, to get to graduation day. So again, on behalf of all my colleagues, I wish you all the best and a hearty congratulations on your graduation.
Really? Thank you, Trustee Taylor. As an educator and an administrator, graduation day has always been my favorite day of the year. It's the one day of school that we cannot dispute that something important happened. And the age-old question of what did you do in school today can't be nothing. You've heard it, right? What did you do today? Nothing. Today, something special happened. It's the one day that all involved, including the students, see some relevance to. And it's the day we come together to formally celebrate, as Trustee Taylor mentioned, 13 years of hard work on behalf of the students, their parents, their family, their teachers, support staff, you name it, we don't get here alone. High school graduation doesn't just occur. It's not haphazard. It isn't an accident, and it doesn't just happen. As we move into the 21st century, it becomes a basic expectation that all our youth will graduate high school. So basic that we almost take it for granted, and we slough off the accomplishment. As we celebrate today, and as our graduates cross the stage, please keep in mind that it is a big deal. It doesn't just happen. Not everyone is doing it. It takes hard work, tenacity, and support. It really, really is a big deal. So, Without further delay, I'm going to turn things over to Mr. Chi to introduce our first group of graduates with the last names A through H.